We're different because we're not as much a store as we are an experience. And I think that's really what the expectation is. I mean, the second you walk through the door, you feel like you just walked into your friend's house and all of your friends are over. I'm Doug Garnham, and I am co-owner of Haven for Heroes. I was born in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I moved up to Port when I was 13. I've had a long and interesting life, and I've always been kind of a jack of all trades. But the one thing that's been very formative for me has always been the nerd culture.
I'm Emmett Garnham, was originally the sole proprietor and now have 2 partners in the venture of Haven for Heroes. When I was a young kid, we ran into some real bad financial problems and we moved to the hood. And my savior was a comic book shop, actually one of Mile High Comics shops in Denver. And so I would go there and I would stay there for hours and just hang out, and they never threw me out even though I didn't have any money. And when they talked to me about comics like I knew something, right? And I was just this little kid, and they didn't tell me, you know, no, that's not the right thing, or you shouldn't read this book or that book. They always were like interested in my opinion of the comics. So that really stuck with me through my life, and I always said if I had the ability to do it, I would do it. And then it came to fruition that some of my workload at my regular job lightened up and I was able to open up. So.
My name is Joshua Benavides. I came on the store as part-time help, which then turned into full-time help as they realized they needed more and more help and such. I was very well versed in Magic the Gathering. Then I came here, slowly learned the other things, comics, toys, collectibles, a bunch of random knick-knack stuff, baseball cards and whatnot. And then January of this year, I came on board as one of the partners, so I'm now a co-owner as well.
The 90s were really big for me. I was born in 1990, so I lived throughout the 90s, and I got to see everything from the birth of the internet to now the internet in your pocket. And you know, I played pretty much every video game system there was, learned how to play D&D and Magic at a young age, and I continue to do so into my not so young age. And something that was always a hobby just kind of became something more.
It feels amazing because I was born and raised in Huguenot, which is just outside of Port Jervis, so I attended Port Jervis schools my entire life. It's nice. I wish I had this when I was younger. It would have been cool to have a store to go to, meet other people. You know, whenever I would come to Port, we would either just be at the friend's house or wander Port aimlessly doing nothing and probably getting into trouble.
When I was a kid, I didn't really know to thank those guys that did that for me, and this is sort of my thank you, so it feels good. Now it looks like we'll be hanging around for a long time. Since Doug and Josh have come on, we've really narrowed our focus down to being a real collectible shop. So the future plans is moving to that direction and becoming a real business, just like a real boy.
My father has always had a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And so, you know, I remember growing up around boxes and boxes and boxes of comics and cards everywhere. And, you know, so eventually my stepmother got upset with him and was like, you need to do something with all this stuff. And so I think it was a Thanksgiving. We were upstate with our family, and over dinner he's like, yeah, I'm gonna open a store. And everybody looked at him like, wait, what? You're actually gonna sell your things? And so October in 2014 was when he actually opened the doors at our first location about a block away from here. And I thought it was really cool. I was up in Maine for the first couple months of the shop's opening. But then when I came back, I saw how busy it was all the time, how many kids were there, how many friends were there. Just, you know, it was a nice community, and I thought it was really awesome. And talking to my father about the shop a lot, and, you know, I'd be like, hey, this would be cool, or hey, this would be cool, hey, this would be cool. And then finally he got sick of me like just telling him things, and he was like, put your money where your mouth is. You know, we're gonna be partners now. And I was like, okay. I've been here almost every day of my life since then.
It's a great place to be if you're in the Hudson Valley or even around the area. We get people that come from like Scranton, Pennsylvania, you know, it's almost an hour and a half away. We get people that come from Honesdale, Pennsylvania, an hour away and stuff like that. People that come from Newark and Jersey.
Even if you've never been here before, because everyone says hi to you, and once I know your name, we're all saying your name every time you come in. I'll be like, hey, welcome back. Hey, you know, and common phrase I say all the time is, if you need anything, give me a shout, mi casa, su casa. Like it's, you know, it's a pretty chill atmosphere.
Everybody's your friend that comes through the door. It's great. It's like you're no longer isolated in just this work home atmosphere. You have all this huge community.
It's a really big passion of ours, and we put a lot of ourselves and a lot of our hearts into it.
It's really the heroes are the people that come in. That's the haven for heroes. It's not the people in the comics or on the cards. It's all the people that come here.
I think that something that was missing from my life as a kid was somewhere that everyone could feel welcome, regardless of what they were interested in, regardless of what their background was, regardless of, you know, who they were and who they will be. It didn't matter. Everyone could walk in here and feel welcome. You know, as long, you know, the rules are generally just respect each other and respect the space. So anyone who's willing to follow those rules can find themselves home here. We've watched people grow. We've watched people graduate high school, go on to college, graduate high school, go on and do amazing things with their trade. We've helped them get jobs. We've helped them, you know, with anything that they've ever needed. And it's really become a giant family that excludes no one.